In class 17, we talked about one of the important function called non-empty. Okay, so there is no space. When I say non-empty, it's one function you can see, and whenever you type non-empty, it will turn to the red. Okay, that is the inbuilt function. So this function is placed more on the more works on with measures where you can exclude the null values, right? So similarly, there is a one more function where it pronounced in same way, which is the non-empty, but this time it will be non-space empty. Okay, one function, non without space empty, more place on the measures where you can control the things through the with help of the measures, and the non-space empty, it will directly exclude the null records based on your dimension attributes that have been selected in your MDX query. In here, I prepared some sample queries to demonstrate how this non-empty is different than the non without space empty. Let's get into the example. Here the first query, it will fetch the internet sales amount and reseller sales amount, and where we selected the product category information and subcategory level. Now you can see here the results in the bottom, where the product category, for some of the subcategory we don't have a internet sales amount and the reseller sales amount, but some places we have a either internet sales amount or reseller sales amount, right? Now let's quickly recap on the non-empty. Okay, so non-empty, here in the second statement I used this is the second statement. Here I wrote the non-empty where I want to exclude the wherever null records are available in both measures. Okay, the commonly if you have a null records, it will be excluded. For example, I don't want to exclude any null records which are coming from the internet sales, then we can do that. Now you can see here. Now I want to exclude wherever my uh, internet sales amount is null. I don't mind what I have in the reseller sales amount. In such scenario, we can execute this statement, and then we get the only the internet sales amount and respect to reseller sales amount wherever we don't have the internet sales is null, right? So this is how the non-empty you can play with the measure, but you can go to the non-space empty. Okay, it works in the same way. It works in the same way. Let me execute this, and then you can see here now it's also excluded the null values based on the internet sales amount and reseller sales amount. Now let me compare with the query that I executed here, and what we get the results. Okay, now let me open the new window, and then here, so I keep side by side two queries. Okay, so here I copied this on empty, put it in here. Okay, and here also I use this statement. Now I execute this, and also here I will execute this. Okay, you can see here we get the same results. Here I got 36 rows, and using the non-empty measure based non-empty also giving the 36. Okay, I mean there are the scenarios you might get exist. Okay, and then one function will give I mean each function is having the its own advantage. Okay, all you need to do, you need to find out which function is suitable for your requirement. So there might be the question, can we use the both non-space empty non-empty in the same condition? Yes, it will work. So there you won't get any error. You can see here you will get the results based on the criteria that you applied. Here first it will non-empty applies to the reseller sales amount level, and then after that again whatever the results that you fetched based on the non-empty, then again it will get excluded if at all any null records at non-space empty level. Okay, careful. I would say find out which function is suitable for you, and then choose that function. Using the both function, it's a great idea, but check your performance, because in my demo, I'm only referring the sample data and limited data. But when you go to real world, so imagine how it's going to impact the overall performance. Because I seen in my previous form, we have a 120 GB size of the cube. So there we always careful about it, what function we are writing, and why we are very careful about each function, because it's a 120 GB cube that it's reading the data, the sales data of that company. It's a very big volume of the data, right? So always careful, because MDX is a great way to fetch the data quickly, but it's also same way it will screw up entire query retrieval if we are not using the right function. Okay, so that's all about non-empty.